Hey there, neighbor. Welcome to day 28. Just packing up camp. It's probably a little after 7:30, maybe 7:45 a.m. right now. I'm gonna make some breakfast, which will be a carnation breakfast essential, chocolate flavored, mixed together with a pack of hot chocolate powder. So I have a nice warm chocolatey drink, and then I might throw in some extra something or other, like a couple Slim Jims or bars or something like that, just to get some protein. So we're gonna eat, and then it is time to summit Mount Taylor. Current weather down here looks like about 37 degrees. So last night was actually not bad at all. We were able to have a pretty, not warm night, but keep from getting those chills and like the frozen nose and things like that happen when you're sleeping in the real cold. But the top of Mount Taylor is currently, or is going to be when we get up there, around the same temperature, like 30 to 35 degrees. There's probably wind, and there's a 40% chance of thunderstorms the time that we're heading up there. So keep your hands and feet in the vehicle because it's about to get bumpy. Yeah, so I'm accessorizing today. I got some nice carpet shoes. Watch this. Ooh, the carpet comes with me. So, a little muddy this morning, but obviously not a big deal at all because it's not even up the sides of the shoes. It's just cakey because all this stuff is just clay and sand, so it's sticky. No problem at all. Hey, we made it to the Gooseberry Trailhead, which is the trailhead to start the official climb of Mount Taylor, even though we've already gained like 1,000 or 2,000 feet to get up here. But what you're looking at right now is another famous Carol Mum water cache. So thank you again, Carol Mum, and anybody else involved in it, because it is good to have some water that we don't have to worry about filtering. And we're a little low right now. Sweet. Excuse me, sir, you've got something in your eye. It's a tree. Push it to the limit. Walk along from the trailhead. Snow is falling on my head. We're gonna win it. It's getting real now. Summited Mount Taylor, baby. Elevation 11,301 feet. And we are surrounded by snow. And no views. But that's okay. It's still a fun climb. Definitely challenged me. The oxygen levels feel pretty low here. Plus, I'm not, my cardio isn't terrific, so I did a lot of heavy breathing exercises, if you will. So the first thing you want to do in cold weather when you're stopping is to put on a bunch of layers, warm clothing. It seems a little counterintuitive when you're hiking because you're starting to get sweaty and hot and you feel overheated, which is usually the reason why you stop. But that's only happening because you're moving. So as soon as you stop moving, all that heat just starts escaping and you'll get cold real quick. So we came up here, I'm breathing super heavy, and I'm so tired and I'm starting to sweat, but I just went and threw on my puffy and then threw my rain jacket back on, buff and all that. So now that my body's starting to cool down, I can keep warm up here. Gotta make sure to do that on a break. So we decided to have lunch up here at the summit of Mount Taylor. Since we have all our warm clothes on, we can sit around and we'll be fine. There's not much wind up here, which is really good. But I decided to cook up some mashed potatoes, Idahoan, and then we got some ramen for Monster. So eating good up at the top of the mountain. So we're coming up through a saddle in between the mountain and a lookout. So we're climbing back up only about 400 feet. But the clouds parted just enough to give us a small view of the valley on this mountain. And that's pretty cool. Alright. Just make it across the snow. Make sure not to look down. Alright, pay attention to the sound if you can. That is the sound of all of the ice slowly melting and falling off of these trees. Because we just happened to get one little spot of direct sunlight. And in that minute, all these things are just melting like a mouse. But it's just kind of got like, almost like rain, but more like almost like sand. Like if you're listening closely to an hourglass or something, and it's just got that little like tiny little glass shattering noise. Pretty cool. I think we finally lost enough elevation that most of the snow is gone, if not all. Haven't seen any in a while. So, starting to get a little more humid, a little warmer, but still chilly because we got some weather today. It rained a little bit earlier, hoping that was the end of it. Alright, so we only got about 2 miles past the junction with the Mount Taylor route, and we see this big honking rainstorm right down there. And we're like, it'll be fine. I think the wind's moving the other way. Now it's moving straight towards us, and it's already raining right now, so we are just going to have to call it quits and set up a camp somewhere here in the trees to avoid as much rain as possible, and so we can get our tent set up before it comes down really hard so we can keep most of our stuff dry. And from there, just have to eat in the tent, hope the weather's better in the morning, get up a bit earlier and make up the miles we can't do today. I'll give an update after I set up camp. Shit. Yeah, we definitely made the right decision, and by we, I mean Monster, because I didn't make the decision at all. So he's chilling over there, and I'm chilling over here, just trying to stay underneath as much tree cover as possible. They're kind of thin, so it's not helping too much, but it's better than being out in the open field. It looks like that storm is kind of moving towards us. Regardless, it's starting to rain a lot, so I think it's good either way. So if the storm passes over us at night, we are prepared for it, but hoping it doesn't happen. So no fire, but it's only 6:15, so that leaves plenty of time to chill in the tent, warm in my sleeping bag, all nice and dry, making some movies, looking at my phone, making some dinner, having some fun. Alright, I'm done. Got all my clothes hung up, and I'm in my snuggle zone, and now I'm about to have some dinner. So with that, I'll call it the end of day 28. But seriously, thanks for watching, and we'll pick this thing back up tomorrow. Should be pretty interesting. Like 30 to 33 mile day. Could end up being my longest day that I've ever done. My current record is 33.5, so we'll see how it goes. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow.